It turns out, I think, that the thing that makes the job fun is not finding the element of fun that makes it a game, but finding the element of fun that makes it a job. Jobs are fun when they are not games, or parking meters, or oysters, or anything else. When they are exactly what they are, and when we take them seriously.
Ian Bogost raises an idea, that games are not finding the fun in boring tasks, but rather respecting tasks for what they are and taking them seriously. If we look at a game like Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, a game actively fighting the gamification stereotype, the game never claims to be anything but what it is, a story of a traumatized Celtic in search of Hela, the Nordic god of death, to bring her partner back to life. But what this game is secretly achieving is not revealed until the end. The lead designer, Tamin Antoniadis, had a passion to make a game about a character with a mental illness, and in that bring more awareness to the topic. He worked with psychologists and individuals suffering from schizophrenia or PTSD, but rather than using their information to make the game trivial and just blatantly referencing these things, he chooses to hide them. The game focuses on experiences, and that's what makes it effective. You go through level after level to trigger responses of anxiety, fear, or stress, and on the surface that may seem like a game that wouldn't be fun. But referring back to Bogost's point, a game finds its fun in the challenges it presents rather than the rewards it gives. Now, to understand this concept of fighting gamification is one thing, but making an effective game loop is another. The Witness, designed by Jonathan Blow, illustrates the simplicity games can achieve. Jonathan Blow is famous for his mentality of taking a singular mechanic and pushing it to its very limits. His game The Witness is no exception. At first glance, the game's line puzzles may seem overly simplistic, but what it becomes is something truly special. Slowly integrating little additions to each puzzle keeps you infatuated. Firstly, I want to focus on its art style, which is gorgeous. It's themed to the world and well executed. The use of low poly mixed with detailed artwork and sharp color palettes brings this game to life. The next thing I want to focus on is the idea of simplistic mechanics. The game is easy to pick up and the world intuitively teaches you everything with no tutorials. There's something truly special about that, and its simplicity shows the strength of its game design. It doesn't need fancy spectacles, this game does what it needs to achieve, and it demands nothing. Jonathan Blow talked about his process in designing these mechanics in a short documentary by NoClip.
The way I design starts with ideas to try, and then I kind of try them and see what the consequences are and then what would be interesting. So I kind of get the ideas working in the game in a simple way, and then play with them and then think about what that could lead to.
So what relevance do these two games have? Well, for my game Bart's World, I'm trying to make a VR game that is designed for people with autistic spectrum disorder. I want to do this because there basically aren't any games in the market designed for people with autism. My game is not going to attempt to cure or solve autism, and my game is going to be designed around one individual, Bart. My intention for my game is to be a fun space for Bart to play in, and for others to learn about what Bart likes to do. Hellblade has shown me the possibilities of educating an idea through in-game experiences, and The Witness has given me inspiration for both game mechanic design and art style. To guide my methodology process, I've looked to Linda Candy's article Practice-Based Research, a guide, for assistance. She states that practice-based research is an original investigation undertaken in order to gain new knowledge partly by means of practice and the outcomes of that practice. To achieve this standard of practice-based research, I've researched games relevant to my project and begun a pre-production of concept art and 3D art to start testing out my effectiveness of my ideas. This will be followed with future playtests to make sure my game loops are both fun and intuitive. Through playtesting, I can avoid this becoming another gamification failure, because in my opinion, if the game isn't fun, no one's going to play it long enough to learn what it's about.